Good afternoon, Facebook Live. It's a pleasure to be here as always. And this message today is so important. And it was one I really struggled with. To be completely honest with you, and I completely bought into the whole message out there about hard work, and if you don't do this then you're not successful, and you have to do it this way, it has to be this way, it needs to be this way. There's so much more conditions out there. There's like this message out there in the marketplace that's putting conditions on people, and that people feel shit when they don't live up to those conditions. Like, you must go all in, you must do this, you must do that, you must do this. And I really just think that those messages are cool and they're motivating, of course, but to be completely honest, I think the people that are putting them out there, and even if I was to put something out there like that, which I might do, who knows, like when I'm pumped up, it's more to motivate themselves, because at the end of the day, when someone's sharing something, it's usually a projection from the inside out. Okay, so that's something I want you to be aware of. It's like, buying into other people's perceptions and filters can actually condition you to beat yourself up when you don't live up to other people's perceptions and filters. It's your journey. You create your path with every single step that you take. Guys, if you're on here live, if you've got any questions for me, I'm here to help. You can ask them at any time, okay? Show me some love if you're liking this. Let me know where you're from. Let me know who's here. It'd be awesome to connect with you. But yeah, like, there's people put so much pressure on themselves, so much social pressure, so much conditions on themselves. Like, they've got this conditioned mindset that if they don't do X, and if they don't do Y, and if they don't live up to this big, massive expectation they've got of themselves, then you're hard on yourself. You beat yourself up. Then what happens is you go into this vicious cycle, and you actually get addicted to busyness, and you start focusing on activity rather than outcome. Because when you focus on outcome, you actually do less but achieve more. Okay, when you like, say that again, like, this is from my own experience, and I've been stuck in busyness, and it's so easy to get back stuck into chaos and busyness if your mind is all over the place, and if you're stuck up here all the time, rather than going with your flow and getting into a flow state and understanding yourself at a biological level, and understanding your mind, your brain, and how to hack that, as well as getting the simple basics in place first, which, to be completely honest, is self-love. Isn't it true that most human beings lack self-love? You can just spend some time with someone and you can tell if they're lacking self-love or not. You can tell by maybe, like, if are they looking after their body? Like, what's their energy like? What can you feel of them? What is their language like? You can tell, okay? And the cells in your body love. They feed off love. And if you're not feeding yourself with self-love, you're missing the big basics. And beating yourself up and being hard on yourself, and you're comparing yourself to other people out there, isn't self-love. It's self-destruct. Alright? Because at the end of the day, science shows us that cells move towards a positive environment, and cells move away from a negative environment. Okay? So when you, let's say a saber-toothed tiger was chasing you, like back in the day, when the fight or flight mechanism comes in, all the blood rushes to your extremities, all like there, just to fucking get you going and pumped. And what happens when all the blood rushes away from your organs? What happens is your immune system is weak. When you're stressed, your immune system is weak. Therefore, you're more susceptible to disease. Your cells move away to try and run from the negative environment. So, what do you think is happening inside of you if you're beating yourself up all the time? You're shutting your immune system down. Stress. It's the biggest killer out there. Okay? It's the biggest killer out there. And if you're looking at someone else outside of yourself and judging yourself and putting conditions on yourself and just not focusing on you, not focusing on you first, and being in a space that helps you and that supports you and that promotes growth, because you're either in two states, growth or protection, or growth being love, if you want to look at it that way, and then protection being fear. So where are you living? Because that's going to tell you what's going on inside. Now remember, the cells in your body don't understand what's going on outside. It's the signals the brain is sending your body. And that's how the cells read that, because feeling is the language of the cells in your body. They read the feelings. They don't see the environment because they're internal and doing the work, right? So if you are being hard on yourself, how does it feel when you're hard on yourself? And there's this message out here as well that I don't really agree with as well, which is focusing on how you're feeling is the wrong focus. And I believe that's bullshit, because the cells in your body read feelings. So if you're not focusing on the way you feel on a daily basis, then guess what? You're just going off old programs, old patterns, okay? And you're just going to keep repeating the same stuff over and over and over and over again. And then you validate, you look outside of yourself and you repeat the pattern, you compare yourself and you just be hard on yourself, you put so much conditions on yourself instead of focusing on you, okay, and focusing on how you can hack yourself and change yourself from the inside out, so you can shift your biology to support you. And when you shift your biology inside, guess what happens? You shift your behavior. Then when you shift your behavior, what happens? You shift your results. You start moving down the path that you want to go down, okay? Because it's so easy to follow. It's so easy to model. It's so easy to copy. It's so easy to say, oh, that person is doing that, let's do that because it works. Rather than saying, what do I want? What does my heart want? What direction do I want to go? And then taking those steps without needing validation from the outside world, and actually trusting in yourself and trusting in your gut and doing the work on you. Okay? Because that's what truly matters. That's where true change lies. Because so many people are out there with a smile on their face and they don't mean it, because inside something else is going on. Biologically, they're all over the place, and it's easy to put the smile on. It's easy to put the smile on. And a big pattern that I see show up, and one that I run myself, like if I go into a freak out state, and one thing I turn to is like just work all the time. Business all the time, right? And to be honest, like I've been working a hell of a lot on that over the last year. I've seen massive shifts in myself, man, like absolutely free, like complete change and shift in perceptions and who I am. So trust me, guys, this stuff is possible. You can change yourself from the inside out. You don't need to anything external to validate that you're worth. Trust me on that. Like I used to judge myself against like how much money I was making, like business stuff and all that BS outside of myself, and really it's the inside that truly matters. And you're fully aligned inside and you're fully biologically aligned with who you are, and you feel good and you're moving forward in the direction you want to go in. That's true success and where you're going without needing validation. So back to the pattern I see that I've ran myself. So I'm talking from my own experience as well as like talking to other people and business owners and stuff. They they get addicted to their work and their business because their business makes them feel good, because it's always like, well, I've got so much going on in my head. I'm all over the place. I'm hitting walls here, there, and everywhere. But I love my business. I love what's going on here. So what is your natural instinct to when you want to just hide from the world and hide from all your problems? Is just to do what fucking feels good, because you just move towards it naturally. So what happens is you get addicted to your business and you create busyness, you create chaos, and you just like do work, even when you know you don't need to work as much. And this is a big part, and I see all the time, is it's people that work when they don't need to work. And I'm just like, and I remember questioning myself. So it's not like I've questioned myself and looked myself in the mirror about that as well, and saying, why the hell are you working when you don't need to work? What are you hiding from? Okay? And there's usually always a deeper story going on inside. And it's when you start to understand yourself at a cellular level, and you can start to understand that you can talk to different parts of yourself, because at the end of the day, like, the sooner you wake up, the better. You are not one, like, it might look like you are one individual, but you're an organism. You're an organism made up of 50 to 75 trillion cells. Each single cell is like a mini human being. It breathes, it's got skin, it digests. It does the exact same as you. It communicates with other cells, just like I'm communicating to you. It's got receptor sites on it to read the environment. Have we got receptor sites? Eyes, ears, taste, touch, receptors. When skin, okay, is connected to the nervous system, okay, which sends signals which is linked to the brain, it's the exact same as the cell, right? So the sooner you wake up and realize that you can talk to different parts of your cell where different emotions are held, different beliefs are held, like in your mind, in your heart, in your stomach, in your reproductive area. That's the four main areas that you can actually talk to yourself at a cellular level to actually find out what the hell is going on in there. Because so many people say they want something, and this is true for everyone, but there's so much incongruence going on inside of the body, inside of their being, that they don't allow themselves to move forward towards it. And they'll go back to old patterns, and like the pattern I spoke about there, I'll use it as an example. They'll work more than they need to because they're just hiding from the stuff that they don't really want to face. Powerful stuff, guys. Okay, so when you start realizing that you're much, much more than you can perceive with your eyes, you're much, much more than you can currently perceive with your mind, you've just got to have a deeper understanding, okay, of who you are. When you understand yourself at a biological level, we understand yourself at a cellular level, we understand the function of your mind, the function of your brain, all that kind of stuff, you start to have a different perspective, a different view on life, and you start to ask better questions, you start to question your assumptions, you start to find answers within yourself that you never found before, or you never thought were there before. And it's very, very powerful when you start tapping into that stuff. And then also, once you tap into that kind of stuff at yourself at a cellular level, is actually then learning how to hack your biology to serve you, so you perform at a higher level in all areas of your life, including your business, your health, your happiness, your connection, all that kind of stuff. And that's when you can start to use, like, you can hack your nutrition, you can hack your diet, you can hack all that kind of stuff, you can like hack your coffee, you can do all that kind of stuff, but you've got to have the basic foundation, fundamentals in place, and understandings in place. Otherwise, you can't do that, because you'll get the initial buzz and high, crash. You ever done that before, when you thought that something outside of your shell was going to work? Maybe you hacked your coffee with some fucking bulletproof coffee stuff, or you took some nootropics, or you done something, and then you realised, shit, this feels good, and then you're like, boom, crash. Shit, what the fuck happened there? Because you're missing the basic fundamentals. Okay? So when you bring basic fundamentals, alongside biohacking, hacking your biology and your behavior by using stuff outside of yourself. It's powerful when you have both together. Okay, and that's exactly why I'm going over the basic fundamentals, as you can see here actually. Live training I'm doing on Friday. It's going to be at 7 p.m. UK time. I'm going to be sending out invites to people who have been interested so far tonight. I'm really looking forward to this. This is my zone, and it's really powerful. And what we're going to be covering on this training is actually up here. You actually can't see that because the opposite way around, but I'll read it out to you. So we're going to be covering the science of epigenetics and belief systems in a simplified way, so you do not have to read all the complicated textbooks. Now, epigenetics is the science that is proving that we are the masters of our genetics. Okay, so it's a really powerful concept, especially for coaches if you're helping other people, or if you want to use this in your own life. It's really powerful stuff, and it will absolutely blow your mind. We're going to be actually demonstrating a powerful technique that I've used personally in my life. Like, this is one of many techniques, but I'm going to like hone in on a specific technique that's worked very well for me to actually change belief systems very quickly, because I know that like going through like a 12-week meditation course and all that kind of stuff is beneficial, but actually understanding something that you can do very quickly and catch yourself in the moment, and you can do within like 5 to 7 minutes, and flip stuff right round and use like left and right hemispheres of the brain and stuff like that, so you're in a whole brain state, plus actually using certain ways to communicate with your subconscious mind to make sure that this is actually happening at a deep level, and you're actually shifting because you're using your body's intelligence, which you've got, by the way, because you're in this body, right? You've got your body's intelligence, but you've got to tap into it, right? Your body knows everything. So we're going to basically show you a very powerful technique to shift negative beliefs into positive ones, as well as showing you how to communicate with your subconscious mind, so you can use that throughout your everyday life and through your life for the rest of your life. And it's very powerful when you start to understand you have an intelligence inside of your body that you can use. Now, how do I know this? But it's just simple science. You just cut yourself, or like you cut yourself with a knife. Not that I'm telling you to do that. But you know what I mean, right? You cut yourself with a knife. What happens? The body heals itself. Tell me, do you have to sit there and think consciously, heal? No, it heals itself. There's God's proof, if you want to call it God, right? That there's an intelligence inside your body. You want to know how to tap into that? Be on this training, right? Next, we're going to literally give you, basically give you some ideas and show you how you can actually use this inside your coaching business, or inside your coaching business in a leveraged way, so you can actually start to create deeper change in people. Because at the end of the day, like, isn't it frustrating when you know that the plans you're giving people will change people, but really the plans don't change people, because the plans don't change people. It's the actual habitual change in the beliefs, the biology. If you learn how to tap into that, you're going to learn how to actually transform people at a deeper level, rather than saying just like back in my personal training days, it used to frustrate me when I was getting people to eat certain foods and follow certain plans and stuff like that, and then it just didn't happen. People just didn't show up. When I've worked with people online with regards to helping them with their mindset, and they just went to sabotage, because I was missing out this one thing that I just didn't know back then. I was like doing more of the NLP ninja tactics rather than actual deep change at a biological and cellular level. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff and you really want to use this in your own life, as well as so you can hack your own biology and be in control of yourself, as well as learning about this so you could maybe implement it and help other people. Like, I'm really passionate about sharing this message. It's really something that's coming through me lately. And I'm just super excited, guys. So If you're interested in that, literally just comment below yes if you want the details, and I'll send them out to you tonight. Or send me a PM and just say, Scott, I'm interested in coming on the training on Friday, and I will get you those details to you this evening. And we will make this happen, guys, because I'm super pumped, super excited. And guys, no matter what happens today, stop being so hard on yourself. Stop looking outside of yourself. Stop judging against yourself stop judging yourself against other people, and stop putting on a smile when there's something different going on inside. Because nothing outside of yourself can control you unless you perceive it that way. Ponder that word today, perception. What is your perception? What is your filter? Checking out for today, guys. Make sure no matter what you do today, you step up, you stand out, and you be different, and you make your difference in this world. And that starts with you. Peace out, guys.